Hey, this is the Pizza here, and this time I'm in Forsaken Abbey. So this is a level 25 dungeon, and we're running it with a level 38, level 40, level 28, and a level 30. So we pretty much blew through this dungeon in about 20 minutes with almost no problems. One of our party members did die at one point, but other than that it was a very, very easy dungeon. And so we have a level 50 mage. So what I did was to get past all these mobs faster, I just ran into them, aggroed them, rounded up 5 or 6, and let the mage thunderstorm them. So that let us take out large groups of mobs very quickly, so we could just run through the dungeon. Now we weren't really looking for loot or anything, we're just kinda doing this for fun, because it actually is a very fun dungeon to run. And there's also a title you can get from this dungeon that's called a Nemesis of the Undead, and you get that title by running this dungeon. It doesn't matter what level your group members are, but you have to be level 25 or below, and you have to run this dungeon in 30 minutes or less. Some say it's 25 minutes, so just know that you need to run it in about 30 minutes or less. So this tactic of rounding them up and thunderstorming them would be a effective tactic for trying to get that title if you have a level 50 mage in the group. I'm actually wearing my Forsaken Abbey set as my gear, and I do have plate with much better defense stats, but the reason why I'm keeping my Forsaken Abbey set on for now is because it gives plus 20 stamina bonus and plus 160 health for having the full 3-piece set. So, and the stamina and the health outweighs most of the defensive attributes of my plate armor. And so for this first part of the dungeon, which is a giant maze of tunnels and passageways, you have to take out all the necromages. If you don't take out all the necromages, then the first boss won't spawn, and you'll have to run back and try to take him out. So it's just a hassle if you don't get all of them on the first try, so be sure to check all the corners and stuff like that. And in this room right here, be sure, because this has happened, be sure not to fall off the bridge. Because if you do, you'll land in a group of 6 or 7 elites and you'll probably die. So you see we're still just grouping them up and thunderstorming them. And we're about to go to that group below, because there is a necromage down there. The second to last necromage. So as we go down here, you see there's a lot of mobs, and this is when I really try to take advantage of grouping them up and thunderstorming them. So see me running around the outside of the room, pulling about 6-7 mobs. There's the thunderstorm and they're dead. Necromage goes down, and we're getting to the first boss now. Just around this corner. And here he is. Well, not yet, because we need to kill the one necromage in here. And here's the last necromage, right in the center. Now the boss spawns right where the necromage was. So if you're trying to do this with a group that's not going to be able to just blow through this, you're going to want to be more cautious and pull the necromage before you fight the boss. Now, as you can see, we just totally destroyed that boss. He was absolutely no problem. He doesn't have any AoE attacks, and he's pretty easy. Just make sure he stays on the one tank and you'll be good. So in this next room there's also a lot of mobs, and this is also the room with the documents for the one quest that are right in this corner. And the piles of junk are for another quest that you'll get when the first time you run this dungeon. And when you click on the piles of junk, there's a chance you'll get the quest item, and there's a chance that a ghoul will spawn. So just have your party ready in case the ghoul spawns, which it usually takes about 4 or 5 tries before you get it. It can be a little annoying. So as you can see here, we're moving on to the next boss, who is Flowing Chaos. And he's not much different than Goldrake, he just does a little bit more damage. Still no AoE, so you don't need to worry about that yet. He does have a damage over time attack, and he can also fear you. So right here I got feared. And another thing in Forsaken Abbey that most people run this dungeon for is crystals, which are used to get your level 25 elite skill. For a Knight or Priest secondary class, you need Life Crystals. For Rogue or Scout, you need Illusion Crystals. And for Mage or Warrior secondary, you need Tough Crystals. So it depends on your secondary class what kind of crystals you need. So now we only have 3 bosses left in the dungeon, one of them being the Demon Witch Ancalon. And this next room up ahead, the room we're going into right now is the main room. And there's 2 side rooms. In each of the side rooms there is 1 boss. The harder of the 2 bosses is in the left room as you come in. And that's probably the one you'll want to get over with first, because it's the one with the AoE. So make sure you have a mage to silence. It's the dark power release. Same as the Necropolis of Mirrors bosses, just a lot less powerful. So we went after the boss on the right first. And he does have an AoE, but it's only a frontal AoE. So get your tank to stand in front and everyone else stand on the side or back. And then the AoE shouldn't hit you. So he goes down just like that. And now we're going to move on to the second to last boss, the one with the AoE. And he also spawns ads. The ads come every 10% of health, 90, 80, 70, all the way down to 20, but they don't spawn at 10. We actually took this boss down a little too fast, because the ads usually spawn on the priest right next to them. So have someone who can take aggro, just get them off as soon as possible. But this time they spawned on our warrior, and since we were taking him down so fast, you can see all the ads in the room. And there were too many ads for a warrior to handle, because he was level 28. And these are level 20 elites that spawn, so he had about 8 level 20 elites on him. So they took him down. And so we just kind of sat here for a while he went back to the respawn point and had to run back, because we're doing this without a priest. And then it was time to move on to Demon Witch Ancalon. Now there's more ads in this room that you see, because before I even got in there, our mage took out most of the ads. So we were just waiting for our warrior, and you can see him running in the back. Now Demon Witch Ancalon has dark power release, and she also spawns ads that heal her, so watch out for those. She'll say a little message before she spawns them, so you'll have a small amount of warning. And you're going to see the ads in a second here. So you can see her health at the top, and it gets down to about 2/3. Then she spawns her first set of ads right here, and you can see her health just shot right back up. So then you gotta take her down again, this time to, I believe it's 35%. Then we take her down this time, she spawns another set of ads that heal her a little bit more. And there you see dark power release. Make sure you have your mages watching her, and dark power release has a very long cast time, so there's plenty of time to silence. The chain armor set that I'm wearing actually has a pretty good chance of dropping in this dungeon, but so far I have not found any pieces of armor for my Necropolis of Mirrors set. But I've only run Necropolis of Mirrors 2 or 3 times. And so ends our Forsaken Abbey run. Till next time.